Hello, my name is Professor Africa Jatadeku, and I'm speaking to you from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I'm here to share some of my poems with you, Africa centricity poems with you. This one is called Made in the Image of the Arab. That's how and why more and more of today's continental and diaspora Africans are turning themselves into the image of the Arab instead of turning themselves into the image of the African that they are. He bears Arab name, dresses Arab, eats Arab, lives as Arab, marries the Arab way, is buried the Arab way, strives to speak the Arab language better than the Arab, govern himself by Arab law, he is conditioned to call Sharia, think he is nobody until and unless he goes by the Arab title of Alaji, believes she is nothing until and unless she goes by the Arab credential of Alaja, practices Islam, the Arab-made and Arab-controlled religion, is programmed to call his one and only universal religion, learns by heart in Arabic the Quran, the Arab holy book he does not understand, but calls God final word, final holy word to mankind, bows 6 times daily to the Arab God, Allah, he referred to as the one and only God of the universe. Believes God is no God until and unless he is addressed in Arab language as Allah. Says Islam, the Arab religion, is better than his own African religion. He is totally ignorant of and uprooted from. Calls the Arab land his holy land, he must pray for and to and defend at all times against invasion and contamination by the non-believers he referred to as infidel. Ready to die fighting a jihad, the Arab religious war against non-believers he calls his passport to the heaven of his illusion. Says it is a holy war to convert Africa into Islam. Claim it is progress and civilization for the entire continent of Africa to become a Muslim continent. Lies that the entire North Africa is no more African but Arab land. Lies that today's Egypt is now Arab and not African nation. Lies that Libya is Arab, not African Republic. Lies that Algeria is Arab country, no matter what. Lies that Tunisia is not African but Arab land. Lies that Morocco is Arab land. Lies that Mauritania is Arab country. Lies that Sudan is Arab nation. Lies that Djibouti is Arab land. Lies that Mali cannot do without Arab religion of Islam. Falsely hope Nigeria will soon fall to the Arab no matter what. Vainly praise Ghana will soon follow suit to no matter the cost. He dreams of the glorious day when the entire continent of Africa will be conquered and controlled by the Arab religion he is programmed to hail as Islam. Dreams of the day when all Africans will be called Muslim to serve Arab God and culture in Africa. Say it is only Arab religion and ways of life that can save Africans from their backward African religion and way of life. Affirms with all his might that it is only Arab religion and ways of life which can save Africans from their primitive African God. Claims only Arab religion and ways of life which can save Africans from their Stone Age culture. Will move heaven and earth to prove that Islam is no Arab religion but his own universal religion. Say it again. He will move heaven and earth to prove that Islam is not Arab religion but his own universal religion. Will move heaven and earth to prove that Arab God Allah is no Arab God, but his own universal God. Will move heaven and earth to prove that being a Muslim is not being Arab, even if his mosque or Quran is a gift from the Arab. Cannot agree with the fact that a true Africa-centric continental diaspora African cannot be a Muslim or Christian no matter how. He is totally blind to the truth that Islam is to the Arab what Christianity is to the Western powers to politically, economically, and socially keep today's continental and diaspora African land, world, and people under their invisible, perpetual foreign domination, control, influence, exploitation, no matter the cost. Believes Arabs have the right to experience the Creator in their own Arab language and in their own Arab way, but we fight to death to know, experience the Creator in his own sacred continental African name and way. Believe in the Arab prophet he calls his prophet, but cannot imagine himself having his own Creator African Mau, whose divine, sacred, and immortal image she or he is made of. Totally reject his own African prophet, African church, African saints, African Bible, African faith, African belief system, and African way of experiencing the Creator, the African way, and achieving oneness with his African spirits, African spirit being, ancestral being, and his or her African divine being within all her and all in all creation of which we are all part of. But soon, whether he likes it or not, the glorious son of our continental African truth, of our continental African religion, of Africanity, through our own African Mau created and inspired African Holy Bible, faith, belief, and oneness through our holy continental African saints, and in harmony with our own sacred African spirit within us, shall rise up to save him or her from the present mountain of man-made lies and ignorance which makes him prefer the colonialism of Arab religion of Islam to his own continental African religion of Africanity he is kept ignorant of and disconnected from with his full cooperation in the ocean of his self-ignorance. Thank you very much.